Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, young gray seal found in Seabrook brought to rehabilitation center. A young gray seal is fighting for its life after being found Monday morning on the road in Seabrook, according to the Seacoast Science Center Marine Mammal Rescue. SSC posted several photos of the seal on Facebook, saying Seabrook police had reported just before 7 a.m. that the seal was in the road on Route 286 near Brown's Lobster Pound. When the SSC team arrived, they found a small gray seal wheeling, estimated to be about 2 months old. The seal was herded out of the street and into the Browns parking lot. According to the Facebook post, it was clear that the seal needed care as he was thin, very laryngeal, coughing, sneezing, and had very loose stool with corpse blood in it. Rescuers also said the seal was not aggressive at all, like a typical gray seal would be. Once the rescue truck arrived, the seal was taken to the rehabilitation with the Natural Marine Life Center, so they were able to get it off the road and out of the way of the incoming Wednesday storm. SSC said the seal's progress is extremely gradual and unknown, as they don't know how badly the storm battered it or what is causing its internal bleeding. And here's photos from the SSC Marine Mammal Rescue Team. As you can see, here's photos of the seal. And here's another photo of it. And here's another photo. And another photo. We wish the seal best of luck. Breaks in seawall cause flooding days after nor'easter. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
Just when folks living along Green Harbor thought the worst was over,
it was the last wave to hit the seawall. It wasn't the first wave, it was the last wave.
People heard the rumble as the ocean knocked out 2 sections of the seawall.
All of a sudden, you just discover one more thing.
One breach in Duxbury, the second and larger break 100 yards down on the Marshfield side. The streets along Bay Ave flooded again under 3 to 4 feet of water.
It's pretty serious. I'm not sure exactly how far down it goes, but I know it took the whole top off. I think it's cracked on the other side. So the idea tonight is to put the sheeting down behind it to brace the wall in place.
Elsewhere, some 22,000 National Grid customers still without electricity 3 days after the nor'easter hit. Everywhere you look, toppled trees bringing down power lines.
It's pretty cold, and I miss cooking and showering.
Pembroke, one of the hardest towns hit. Line crews from Tennessee scrambling to get the power back on before the next storm hits.
This is definitely the worst. Definitely the worst. Yep. It's this is a pioneer days right now. But yep. We're just lucky and fortunate that a tree didn't come down on the house.
Back along the seawall, everyone is waiting for the next high tide, the 8th in a destructive cycle.
Like I told you before, my hands are behind my back, my fingers are crossed.
Again, the plan here is to sink a series of those heavy metal plates, each one coming up as high as the original wall to keep the ocean back. Now, for sure, this is only a temporary patch. The DPW tells me the entire length of this mile-long seawall is pretty much compromised. The next high tide is scheduled in at 2 a.m.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Community holds vigil for 10-year-old Marissa Kennedy. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
Megan, Cascade Park in Bangor was filled with former classmates, school administrators, and community members who described Marissa as smart, vibrant, and kind. The group sharing stories and advocating for change tonight before releasing purple and blue balloons in her memory. Marissa attended the Fairmount School in Bangor for about a year before her family moved to Stockton Springs in the fall.
Anyone who knew her described her as sweet. She was very bright. She loved school. She loved to read. It's just heartbreaking.
And I just don't understand how someone could do such a thing to someone that was a loving person. I wish I could have just had some power to know that this was going on and tell at least someone.
I couldn't imagine an innocent life being taken the way it was and how she suffered. I want them to know the signs of their classmates. I want them to know if something's going on, that they need to reach out and to be honest about everything.
There were nearly 8,300 reports of child abuse and neglect involving more than 11,000 children in 2016. According to the HHS annual report, nearly 2,300 cases resulted in a finding of abuse or neglect. Live in studio tonight, Erin Dixon, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Amazon wants to make it easier to shop its website without a credit card. Amazon is in early talks with financial institutions, including JP Morgan Chase, to help launch checking account-like products aimed at younger customers and those without bank accounts. The Wall Street Journal reported Monday. In reversal, former Trump aide says he'll probably cooperate. Let's take a listen to this video and this report from ABC News.
Walmart asked 3 amazing directors to make a film inspired by a Walmart delivery box.
So the challenge in doing this shoot is to craft a narrative with just a box.
Fascinating way to see how 3 people see the same thing.
I felt this is an audience that loves film, so why not make something about movies?
You feel like you're watching a sci-fi movie.
60 seconds is daunting. Let's wait and see if I figured it out.
Defiance from a former Trump campaign aide refusing to cooperate with Robert Mueller. refusing to testify before the grand jury. Sam Nunberg today on live TV saying he will burn the grand jury subpoena he received from Mueller rather than turn over the documents he has demanded, saying, "Let him arrest me." But Nunberg then went on to make those bold suggestions about his former boss, what he says Donald Trump allegedly knew. We begin with ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas tonight.
Tonight, a former Trump campaign advisor, Sam Nunberg, is defying the special counsel, going on cable television today to say he will not comply with a subpoena to appear before a grand jury in Robert Mueller's investigation. When asked what could happen to him,
I'm not cooperating, arrest me.
But Sam Nunberg went on to make a stunning suggestion about Robert Mueller and his team. When asked if he thinks they found something on his former boss, Donald Trump.
Do you think that they have something on the president?
I think they may.
What?
I think that he may have done something during the election, but I don't know that for
Why
sure.
do you think that?
I can't explain it unless you're in there.
Nunberg suggesting on yet another cable show that he believes the president knew about the Trump Tower meeting with Russians, a meeting to get dirt on American candidate Hillary Clinton.
Do you think that Donald Trump says that President Trump says he knew nothing about the meeting? Do you think that that's true?
No.
You don't think that's true?
No, it doesn't. And Jake, I've watched your news reports. You know it's not true. All he had to say was, yeah, we met with the Russians. The Russians offered us something, and we thought they had something, and that was it. I don't know why he went around trying to hide it. And he shouldn't have.
Nunberg said he's already been interviewed for 5.5 hours by the special counsel, and he's questioning why he has to turn over more information.
He wanted every email I had with Roger Stone and with Steve Bannon. Why should I hand them emails from November 1st, 2015?
Nunberg, who was fired from the Trump campaign, claims he was even asked if he ever heard people speaking Russian in the Trump Tower.
You know what they asked, which was ridiculous to me? They asked things like, did you hear people speaking Russian in the Trump office?
Who?
Katie, I did not hear people speaking Russian in the Trump office, okay? That's ridiculous.
Nunberg says now Mueller has subpoenaed all documents, emails, texts, and otherwise, any communications he may have had with a who's who among Trump campaign officials and White House aides.
They sent me a subpoena where they asked me after November 1 of 2015, did I communicate with Carter Page, Corey Lewandowski? I mean, I despise Corey. Why would I communicate with him? Hope Hicks.
But tonight he's refusing to release them.
I'm spending a lot of money on legal fees. A lot of other people are. And granted, Donald Trump caused it because he's an idiot.
Late today, the White House was pressed about Nunberg's bold suggestion that the special counsel may, quote, have something on the president.
He's incorrect. As we've said many times before, there was no collusion with the Trump campaign. Anything further on what his actions are, he hasn't worked at the White House, so I certainly can't speak to him or the lack of knowledge that he clearly has.
Bold claims about the president tonight. Pierre Thomas with us now live. And just now, Nunberg going on cable TV yet again to say he was also offered immunity by the special counsel, apparently turning it down and now refusing to cooperate, Pierre?
That's right, David. He just talked about being offered immunity, but he's still saying he won't testify. That means he could be held in contempt of court, and David, he could face jail time.
Pierre Thomas leading us off on a Monday night.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that did it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Goodbye, everyone.